Hello, everybody. This is GateGuard. This is our capstone project. It's a web app designed to allow residents of a gated neighborhood or apartments or communities alike to securely and efficiently create temporary passes for their visitors. The passes expire after an amount of time or expiration date chosen by the resident.
I'm Adam Stager.
I'm Chris Loftus.
I'm Aaron Kramer.
I'm Henry Kieschlin.
I'm Vaughn Eugenia.
So GateGuard was designed to solve a problem, right? So the problem is that PIN codes are really easy to share and really difficult to revoke. On the same line, physical tokens are very easy to lose and they're even harder to revoke. So our goal was to make this process of giving people passes to enter your community. Our goal was to make that convenient enough that you don't want to share your PIN with everyone else. GateGuard can differentiate different users from each other in the system, which means that adding and revoking passes is much easier and more secure. So some of the features of our app are we have notifications for every time a pass is used, and you'll get notifications if a pass is about to expire. The convenience of our app, you can use it as a web app version, you can use it on your phone, and you have variable access power.
In terms of technologies, it exists as a website you can access on the open internet. The front end that most people interact with is written with React.js and built with Sass, which is a CSS technology that makes it easier to do more inheritance-based CSS in a cleaner way. The React layer communicates with the backend, hosted on a droplet in New York, which is a Java Tomcat from Oracle, an Apache Tomcat. It's written in Java, and it communicates via a RESTful API. So when the user interacts with a web page, it fires a request from their browser to a droplet in New York, which processes the request, takes action based on it, or doesn't if they're not authenticated, and then sends the result back to the browser. And at that point, it's React's job to render it on the page to show the user what changed. Some of our interactions aren't necessarily following the same model of request response. So for example, the notifications that Aaron mentioned, they frequently happen because a different user somewhere did something, or maybe a pass expired, which is a time-based event. In this situation, we still want to be able to notify the user who's currently using the browser. So in that situation, the whole request response from client to server model is reversed, and we need to be able to communicate regardless. So for that, we have a WebSocket. When the user's browser first connects to the backend server in New York, it instantiates what's called a WebSocket, which is a TCP connection that we can send information back and forth on, and it can be bidirectional. So when that notification does happen, the backend server lets the front end know that a notification exists, and the React layer draws it. At the same time, our third layer is our database. Our servers are backed with a Postgres installation, which we use as our database management system. We chose Postgres over something like MySQL or SQLite because unlike SQLite, it's way more scalable, and unlike MySQL, it's way more performant.
This is the database schema for the back end of our system. First, there's the user table that stores all the information for our users. And one important field here is the user ID field, which stores a UUID that is unique to that specific user. There's also the pass table that stores all of the information for the person that's actually receiving the pass. And the pass table also has a pass ID with a unique UUID that's only for that specific pass. The pass table links to the user table by that unique user ID so that we know who created that pass, so we can keep track of that. There's also the notifications table, and this stores all of the relevant information for the notifications. It links to the unique UUIDs for both passes and users. And there's also the user settings table. This will store all the users' notification preferences and their display settings. The user settings table also links using the user ID. And lastly, there's the admin settings table that stores the site-wide settings. This includes the maximum uses for a pass, the maximum number of days for an expiration-based pass, and the maximum number of passes per user. Unlike some of these other tables, this table does not store a user ID, as these settings are site-wide and the same for all of the admins in the system.
So now we're going to take you guys to a demo. So this is the first page that you get to when you look up gateguard.com. As you can see, we have a bunch of information about the website and a video that can explain more so about the website. So my name's Derek Johnson, and I'm a new resident in GateGuard community. I would like to make an account so that I can invite my friends and family, such as my friend James, into the community. So the first thing that we're going to do is create an account. So we click the login, and we go on to create an account. So the first thing we want to do is enter our first and last name, and then we want to enter our phone number. Afterwards, we're going to create a username that will be used to log into the website, as well as an email. Next, you're going to enter your password, And we have a cool feature where you can see the password by clicking the eye, just to make sure you're not messing up when you're trying to confirm your password. And then we're going to click create an account. Upon clicking create an account, you should receive an email to the email you entered, giving some more information. So as you can see, we received the email, and it comes with information and it tells you a little bit more about the goal of our app and our mission. So once you have your email, you got a confirmation that your account has been created. So next, we're going to go back in and we're going to log into our account. So if you have an incorrect password, you can look at it and then you can know when to enter it, as well as we have a cool feature such as forgot password. So if you forget your password, you can click forget your password and enter in the email that you signed up with. So upon submitting this, you should receive another email that will take you to a new page. So if you click reset password, it should take you to a new page where you should be able to change your password. Upon submitting, you should receive once again another email confirming that your password has been changed and you can now log into GateGuard. Now, once we log in, we're going to check out the My Passes page.
So as soon as you log in, you'll land on the My Passes page. If I am a resident in a GateGuard community, the My Passes page is the page where I'm probably going to spend the bulk of my time. The My Passes page allows me to create, edit, use, and renew different passes for different people that I want to come in and out of the community. So this is what our website looks like on desktop, but I'll show you from now on what this looks like on mobile view. So when we're here in mobile view, you can click the plus at the bottom of the screen and you'll get a bunch of fields to fill out for a new pass. You can fill out the first and last name of the person who you're creating the pass for, and then a good email address for them. You can choose whether the pass will be usage-based or based off of expiration. If it's usage-based, that means the user only gets a certain number of times that they can use the pass. If it's based off of expiration, that means that the pass will expire on a certain date. So here we'll choose a usage-based pass and we'll have it set for 3 uses. We'll click create. And then that email that I put in for my person that I'm creating the pass for should get a confirmation email that they have just received a pass. With this, they can use the QR code to enter the community. And then if we look back at you can also use the link at the bottom of the page if the QR code isn't working for you. You can always just copy and paste that link. Back on the My Passes page, we can add passes. We can also edit passes. So if you click the pencil symbol there, you can always change if you want your user to go to a different email. Maybe if you mistyped the email the first time, you can also change the number of uses that they have left, or you can always change if the expiration date is different.
So we just created the pass for James. James did already receive an email about it, receiving it. But if we'd like, we can share it again. We can either copy the link and send it to James whichever way we'd like, or we can just resend the email containing the QR code. When James would like to use it, he'll click on the link, and that'll bring him to this page. When James wants to open the gate, he'll click open the gate. And for neighborhoods that don't allow you to open the gate from anywhere, he'll scan the QR code at the gate, which will automatically open the gate. And if James is curious about what a pass is, his a little information section. Once James uses all of his passes, the resident can renew his passes or his pass by clicking on the refresh button, on the renew button, which sets his total uses back to what they originally were. So if we'd like, we can also edit our pass for James. We can change it from a usage-based pass to an expiration pass. We can have it expire on the 25th because we know that that's when he'll need it until. And we update his pass. And we can see that it changes on both pages and is updated. Yeah.
Once the pass is used, Derek will receive a notification pop-up saying that James's pass was used. To view his notifications, he's going to go into a desktop, and he's going to navigate to the notifications page at the top. In this page, Derek can see a list of all of his notifications. Each notification has a title that displays the name of the recipient of the pass, as well as the type of notification. In our app, we have 3 different kinds of notifications. There's a notification for when a pass is used, another for when a pass is expiring soon, and lastly, when the pass is officially expired. Each of these notifications also show the IP address of the device that is used, and this ensures that unauthorized users did not steal a pass, and we would be able to track them by their IP address. Each notification also shows a timestamp for whenever the notification was created. And there's also a resource field that lets users know the number of days or the number of uses that they have left for each pass. So they know whether or not they need to renew or refresh a pass for their guest. Lastly, the red box at the top of the screen displays the total number of Derek's unread notifications. And on the left side of the screen, he can mark notifications as read or unread using the mail icon.
Now, Derek might decide that he wants the website to interact with him a little bit differently. So maybe he wants to change his first name on the website, his last name, maybe even his username or his email address. Derek can also decide what he wants to get notifications for. So he can decide that he wants to get notifications when passes expire, and he can save his settings. Derek can also decide that he wants to use the website in light mode, for example, in which case the interface updates so that everything he sees is now in light mode. We'll put him back in the dark mode for the time being. Now, this is the user settings page that you see if you're a typical day-to-day GateGuard user like Derek. Let's say that instead you're the administrator and you own the community, like Brian Cranston, who has a much different view of the same page. So Brian has this section at the top labeled Site Settings, which allows him to adjust the maximum duration that a pass is valid for. He can also set a limit on how many times a pass can be used. So if he sets this to 11, users like Derek will get errors if they try to create a pass with 12 uses. He can also decide how many passes somebody like Derek can have, and they can have up to 10 passes active at a time. Brian can also manage the number of users on the website, and he can promote and demote them at will. So let's say that Derek hires somebody new. Jacqueline Savage is a new administrator. Brian can promote Jacqueline's account so that she is now an administrator like himself. There's 3 different user account types. So there's day-to-day users, there's administrators, which can edit people's passes and manage them, like so. And there's also the owner, of which there can only be one at a time. And the owner is the only person that can change the type of another user. This table can be searched. So if we want to search for Derek, we can see our friend Derek Johnson right here. And we could even promote him to an admin if we wished. But for the sake of the demo, we won't do that. And finally, Brian Cranston has all the same settings down here that Derek does.
This concludes our presentation on the development of GateGuard. Thank you guys so much for tuning in.